Hey friends! Coming to you from my craft room, which is still under, not construction, but it's still a work in progress. I got some twinkle lights. They're looking pretty good. Add a little pizzazz to things. But if you're new here, I'm Amanda from Over Yonder Crochet, and welcome. I like to talk about crafty things, primarily crochet, but also other crafts they do, like sewing. I also talk about those sometimes too. So if you like that kind of thing, subscribe, and if you like the video, give it a like so other people can find it. Okay, so today's video, I thought that I would do a quick rundown of kind of my 5 top patterns that I will always bring to crochet markets. And you know, then I will give you specific patterns, but I think they're also just general ideas, so I'll be throwing in tidbits as we go through, just little things that I picked up from doing markets and from watching lots of other people's vlogs from crochet markets. And so I hope that some of this will be useful. I will say that I'm not an expert by any means. I only started doing crochet markets earlier this year, so this is what has worked for me. This is what I have learned and picked up, but by no means am I an expert. So take it all with a grain of salt, because I think every market is different, every region of the country and even the world is different, so take everything with a grain of salt, but hopefully this will be a little bit helpful. So let's get into it. My first tip, and you'll see a theme here amongst the different patterns that I'm going to show you, but my first tidbit is all of these are going to be small patterns that are easily made and replicated, and I think that's something that I have gathered, and I'm planning to use that knowledge moving forward, is that a lot of people like to pick up small things, and I totally understand that, especially little things like this that aren't a necessity in your life. People are struggling financially right now. The cost of living is through the roof, so if I'm picking up something that's just fun and for me just to enjoy, what I'm going to be buying is probably going to be a smaller item. That is something that I'm focusing on a lot in my upcoming markets. I've got several before Christmas where I know that people are going to be picking up gifts, so it may be a little different before Christmas. I'm not sure, because people are in the gift context, like their mind is in gift mode, so maybe things will change a little bit in that sense. But especially in the non-Christmas time, I would say small items that you can make quickly are going to be the most efficient. Alright, so the first pattern that I'm going to show that does well for me are these little octos, and you've probably seen, if you watch other people's, you know, vlogs or market prep vlogs, these octos are just quick to make, and I'm sure there's lots of different patterns out there that are similar. This one specifically I've shared multiple times on my channel if you've seen my other videos, but this is from All From Jade. It is a free YouTube tutorial, so this is completely free pattern, and these are, like, I think they're called mini octos or baby octos. I can't remember exactly what the video is titled, but I'll put it in the description for you. These I have been debating on raising the price. I have been asking $5, but I think for my upcoming markets I'm going to be asking for $6 for these, at least at the first one, and kind of seeing if the sales drop off. But I am going to be making these in multiple colors. This is my favorite color to make them in. It's like a speckled burlap blanket. I think it's called frosting. The type of burlap blanket, that's not the color name, but it's like a blue-green. But yeah, these little guys, especially if like a kid comes to your table, I know if my kids if something catches their eye, then I'm going to be looking for something at a low price point. And you know, $5 or $6 is not a lot of money, but over time it's going to add up. Especially if you bring, you know, you bring 10 to 12, that's $50, $60. So, yep, I recommend these. And I had originally been making them as keychains. That did not go as well. I think I've sold one keychain at all, and so I've still got all those in my bin of items, but the little ones that aren't on a keychain that are just fun little pocket octos have done well. So highly recommend. Okay, second recommendation, also in the mini category, are these mini Mabels. So this is a finished one. I think this is the last one I had from my last market. I sold a bunch of them. If you want some context, this is the regular Mabel. This is a pattern by Oak and Marlow. It's a very popular pattern. You may have seen it if you're in the crochet space or watch videos. But yeah, so this is the regular Mabel. This is the mini Mabel. And you can get the mini Mabel. It's like mama and mini, so I actually do have a mama. So this is the mama Mabel size, regular Mabel, and mini Mabel. And so something that I noticed is in my first market around, it's right before Easter, so maybe March-ish, I made more of these regular Mabels, and I sold a bunch of those. I charged $15 for these. And I only had one tiny chicken, and that did sell, I think, like right off the bat. The mini Mabel sold before the other ones, and I didn't have any left because I didn't know what to expect with them. In the last market that I did, I had a lot of these, and I think all but this one sold. And I sold like very little of these regular Mabels. So that is something to think about if maybe having the little ones deters people from buying the larger size because you're getting something very similar but with less cost. For instance, this one I asked $7 for this and $15 for the regular Mabels. What I'm planning to do moving forward pricing wise is keep these at $15 and make these $8 because it's really quick to make the body, but you still have to do all the details. I've got a bunch of the bodies made up already. They're just not finished yet. I've got speckled blue. I've got a brown, like tan colored chicken. I've got pure white, like this one. So they are pretty quick to make up, whip up. It just takes a little bit to do the details. So planning to charge $8. But yeah. Oh, and maybe I should mention that I live in, I would say, a relatively low cost of living area in the southeast United States, not near a major city necessarily. Like the closest major city is an hour away. So keep that in mind with the prices. Of course, every region is gonna be different and have different expectations, different thresholds for what you can price things at, but that's where I'm at with these. So I do highly recommend the mini ones. Just maybe keep in mind they may hurt you if you're wanting to sell these. And I do know the last market I did, there were several other crochet vendors and a lot of people had chickens. So it is popular, but they still sold. So I'm gonna keep bringing them until they're not popular anymore. So alright, so my third pattern is not necessarily a specific pattern because it would change depending on the time of the year, but my third recommendation is to bring something that is a small seasonal item. So for instance, at the first market I did, it was right before Easter, and I brought peeps. So a couple different colors of peep. Those were very popular. I will put a link to that. I want to say it's Rose and Lily Crochet YouTube tutorial. I know it was a free YouTube tutorial that I made those if you're interested in that. So I feel like seeing something seasonal that is at an affordable price is kind of a draw point for people because you're in that spirit of things. So my next two markets are going to be at the end of September and like mid-October. So I am going to be bringing fall and Halloween themed items. So let me show you what I got. This is also a free YouTube tutorial. This is by, yes, oh, this is also by Rose and Lily Crochet, who I believe did the peeps, so good resource. But yeah, these are what I've been bringing. Obviously, I don't have data on specifically how well they're going to do, but based on how my peeps did, I feel pretty confident in making batches of them. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 of that particular size. And this is made of chenille home slim. The first one I made was in burlap blanket because that's my favorite yarn, but I thought it ended up too big, so let me show you. Also, he looks a little bit silly with his eyes so far apart. I kind of like the eyes closer together on this one, and I gave the ghost cheeks. So I think it's really cute. I just thought it was a little bit too big for what I was envisioning. So I went to the chenille home slim, and I like this size. So I've got 5. I may make a couple more, and so I'll just be well stocked in those. This is super fast, like super fast to make. I think I've just got it memorized now because I've made it. I've actually made it 7 times because I made a tiny one. Oh no. I had this like acrylic yarn, which I hate acrylic yarn. Sorry if you like acrylic. That's, everybody has their preferences. I just don't care for it, but I made this tiny one just for the fun of it, and yeah, it's really cute. You might, I posted a short with the 3 different sizes, so cute. I think probably around Christmas I'll do like tiny trees or something like that. But I'm excited to see how the ghosts do. So another reason to subscribe is to see my market recaps. I'll be doing market recaps for all of my upcoming events. I know I've signed up for 3. I'm still looking for one to do in December or maybe late November. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Just a quick note, these are not necessarily a recommendation for markets, but I've got an upcoming video that I'm working on where I'm going to be doing a roundup of Halloween fall style patterns. So I did make a candy corn. I think this is probably too big to be efficient for market prep, but it's a fun one, and I'll be going into more detail on the upcoming video. And then I made this spooky spider. I should have done a trigger warning if you're scared of spiders. But yes, fun makes, but they're not efficient for market prep in my opinion. I may try to do a smaller candy corn because I think this could be popular if it was a smaller one. So I may either look for one or try to downsize it myself based on this pattern, but I just don't think it's efficient. I'll be bringing this, definitely. This is another side tidbit. It's not a tidbit that I had planned, but it could be a good idea to bring a larger item to kind of draw people's attention in. I know people have made a lot of comments about my mama chicken. Nobody has bought it because, you know, it's a little bit more pricey, and where are you gonna put something like that unless you're a kid and you just have a bunch of stuffed animals. But yes, stay tuned for Halloween fall pattern roundup. I'll be making more patterns for sure for that. Okay, so I think this is item number 4, and this, I am going to give you a specific pattern for this, but also I think it's a general idea category of animals that are local to you. So it may depend on the region as far as what does well for you, but for me, something that has done really well are these possums. So these are actually quite quick to make. I think I timed it for one of my recent videos and it took me 45 to 50 minutes. So this is a lot more than like it wouldn't take me, I haven't timed myself making the ghost. I should do that. I would say I could probably do this in about a half hour because there's no color changes or anything. This does have color changes, of course. You need 4 colors and bobble feet, tail, ears. So it took me about, about 50 minutes to make this, but they were very popular for me. I had people coming back to try to buy one and they're already gone. So I am definitely going to make more. I've got this one. This is Premier Parfait Chunky. So yeah, I think because I live, like I said, in the southeast United States, possums are kind of a staple around here. And to see it in a cute way and not roadkill way, I think is fun. So that's a good thing about crochet, is everything you make turns out kind of cute. Except for my spider, which I showed a second ago, actually kind of scares me. But that one didn't turn out so cute, probably because I used red eyes. But anywho, possum, very cute, very popular. Even people who didn't purchase one made comments about it. Oh, look at that, look, it's a possum. So I'm now going to be making lots of these for my upcoming markets and hoping that that's still the case, that people are interested in those. My last specific pattern recommendation are these bees. I believe this is the 1 cent crochet bee. Also a free YouTube tutorial. I like all of her videos. I made one of her standing cows and that sold. These are super cute. They always get a lot of oohs and ahs. I have this one marked for 15. I feel like I could do 12. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. But anyway, I think you could charge anywhere from $12 to like $18 depending on the size. And they have these cute little anime eyes. Let me know if you want a link to the anime eyes. They're from Amazon. I can link those if anyone's interested. But yeah, so the bees always get a lot of attention. And I think they're super cute. And they're also one of those things where they're really quick to make, because once you get going, you may have to do these color changes. But once you get going, it's mostly just a ball. So there's a lot of rows that are single crochet all the way around, and that's what I'm looking for market prep. So those are 5 recommendations that I have. Let me know in the comments if you have a favorite pattern that does really well for you. I know people make, you know, there's lots of popular ones like leggy frogs. I have a couple of those. I did sell one of them, but I haven't found those to catch a lot of people's eyes at my markets. I did make a chubby dino last time. It sold, but it took a little bit longer. I did make a tiny T-Rex this time, which I'm hoping will do well. Let me show you that. This one is from a blog, and I don't remember it offhand, but I'll try to link it in the description. But this didn't take too awful long to make, and you could definitely make it smaller if you use something other than burlap blanket. This was made in burlap blanket. But yeah, this is really cute. I will link that. I'm just not going to recommend it yet just because I haven't taken it with me to a market, but my chubby dino did sell. Some things that have not worked well for me, that would be like snugglers, like these. Lots of people reach out and touch them. They're, you know, they're really cute. I find that there's a lot of education that happens around the snugglers because people aren't totally sure what they're for, because the middle not being stuffed throws people off. And so I just tell people they're, you know, for snuggling, they're meant for younger children, that kind of thing. So people definitely touch, but because they take a little longer, I have to price them higher. This is my lowest price snuggler because it has the blanket body rather than legs. So I have this one priced at $35, little chick. This is a Mama Made Minis pattern. And I really like their patterns. I think there's definitely a market for that. Clearly there is, because their patterns are super popular. I just haven't found the right people to buy mine. So like I said, every market's different. Every region is different. Every buyer is different. So you really just don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully these tips have been a little bit helpful. But yeah. stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to be having lots more market prep. I'm planning, like I said, the Halloween fall video to come out in, I think, 2 weeks. Next week I'll probably do a market prep filming this coming weekend, everything that I get accomplished. I'm also going to be filming as I go a video about how I'm working on improving the look of my booth, as well as like the user experience, as far as getting business cards. I'm probably going to be ordering a banner. I really want to look more professional going forward in my next couple markets. So that's going to be a video that's going to be coming out. And then of course there's going to be market recaps, which are always the most popular videos. I understand you want to see how much people make. Totally get it. I like to watch those too. So there's going to be at least 3 of those coming because I haven't signed up for 3 and I'm hoping to sign up for more. So stay tuned for that, and drop in the comments if you have a recommendation for everybody for things that do well at your markets. Or if you have questions about anything I've said. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful, crafty day. Toodaloo, friends!